everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a makeup tutorial on the look I'm wearing right now. This is my Christmas makeup look for 2020. I wanted to do something a little bit different than the traditional red, green and gold that I have done the previous years. I decided to incorporate blue and silver into this look instead because before we moved house to where we were previously, our Christmas colours were blue and silver. When I was younger, our entire house was a light blue, dark blue, silver. We had a white tree. All our Christmas colours was blue and silver. So I decided to do a blue and silver Christmas look because I am aware that not everyone has your traditional red, green and gold as their Christmas looks. And so it's just, you know, this doesn't have to be for Christmas. You could wear this for New Year's Eve, Sunday brunch with a family. You could wear it wherever you want. It's just I like to label one look each year as my Christmas makeup look. So it's a little bit more dramatic this year, but I actually really like it. Filming it was a little bit of a struggle because I was about halfway through doing my eyes and I sat there and thought, I hate this. I nearly took it off and finished and stopped filming. But now that it's done and it's all on and my whole face is done, I actually really like it. So it proves that persistence is key and maybe sometimes you need to finish the whole look in order to have it look better. My brother just came to drop my car back. We swapped cars for a week. It was great. And now I forgot what I was saying. But this lash I had to glue on like twice. But I am so impressed with how it turned out. Like, it's obviously not the best look in the world. But I'm very impressed with it. But I have to say, I don't know if it's because if it's a bit old or if it's my new skincare. But this Maybelline Matte and Poreless foundation does not look anywhere near as good as it used to. I tried the Fit Me Loose powder for the first time on it. Now it's warming up a bit, it looks fine, but it removed a bit of my coverage and stuff, so I'm going to have to play around with that a little bit more. But overall, I'm very impressed. I'm actually very happy with this look. I love how it turned out. I love how it just goes with my green eyes. I actually love wearing blue, and this type of royal blue is one of my favorites. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. The products I used will be listed in the description box down below. And other than that, thank you so much for watching, and let's get started. Okay everyone, we are starting off with my M.A.C Soft Ochre Paint Pot. This is obviously the primer that I use on my eyes. I've used it for years. To be honest, I can't see myself using anything else. But I just applied it on my eyes. I then used the Jeffree Star Thirsty palette. And I used the bright blue shade on the bottom there. And I can't remember what it's called, but link will be in the description box. And I'm using that as my transition shade, but I wanted it to be quite bright. I didn't want it to be like, you know how a transition shade is supposed to be barely there? Well, I actually wanted this to be bright blue. And as you can see, it is becoming very bright. I did not set my eye primer this time just because I was starting off with the Jeffree Star eyeshadows. I mentioned in my Cosmopolitan makeup look that I did set my eye primer, and I will say I noticed the difference this time. My shadows looked better, they were more pigmented, and they blended easier. So after that, I used the Anastasia Alyssa Edwards palette, and I went in with the dark blue shade. Again, the link will be in the description box down below. I'll put the link to the palette, as well as I will actually tell you just the colours that I used. Because to be honest, this is like a 3 shadow look, and that's about it. So I'm starting off with the Real Techniques base shadow brush, and I'm using that to just start building that halo eye shape. I'm starting off quite slow and light with the blue as well. I didn't want to go in too deep too quickly. I then grabbed a little brush, which is one of my Eco Tools mini brushes that I've had for years and years, and I'm using that in my inner corner because that one just, the shape just fits there better and is less messy. So that also is a little bit fluffy, so it does blend a little bit easier as well. I will say, with not setting my eye primer, these Anastasia shadows did take a very long time to blend. So after a lot of blending, I used the silver from the Jeffree Star palette, and I just put that in the center of my eye with that flat brush that I absolutely love. That was like from the $2 Bow Beauty line, and it is one of the best shadow brushes for like your metallic colors that I've ever used in my life. So I'm just pressing it into my lid and blending it out as much as I can. I deleted these clips, but I went in and I blended the heck out of everything. I then used my Maybelline Fit Me foundations, mixed them together, and applied that all over my face. I'm pretty sure I put some eyeliner on as well on my eyes, but I think I didn't record that, or it was one of those times where my camera kept stopping every like 5 seconds, so I didn't record that. But I also will say, before I put my face makeup on, I did clean up under my eyes because I did get a little bit of blue fallout, and I struggle enough with dark under eye circles. That was a colour I cannot leave under my eyes. But I'm just blending my foundation all over my face. I have to be super careful with how I blend it in because my face is just so picky. But I'm using the Morphe sponge today as well. The shades I mixed are 110 and 118. 118 by itself is too dark, 110 is too light. So I mix them together. And because this look is a little bit bolder and it's a bright blue look, I wanted to be as flawless as possible, and this foundation is one of those ones that I go to when I want to be as flawless as possible. Also, cat fur across my face, I was trying to get off there. Afterwards, I went in with my Australis colour corrector in peach because under my eyes had been so dark lately. I don't know if you can really tell on camera, but my under eyes have been absolutely horrendous. I have not really been able to get actual full coverage or with any makeup product in like a few weeks now because sleep has not been real easy. But I went over the top with the Loreal Infallible. Is that the More Than concealer? I think so. I'm sorry guys, I yawned. But I just put a bit of that over under my eyes. I was smelling it as well because I still don't know if it's scented or not. It kind of smells like a little bit like vanilla cake, but at the same time I don't know if I'm imagining it. So I just very quickly blended that under my eyes. A little bit over my nose and just down the center of my face. Down my cheeks, just to obviously make sure it's all blended in, because I will say this concealer, you can sometimes see the difference where your foundation stops and your concealer ends. So I'm just setting on my under eyes with my normal under eye powder because that's all I use. I don't have anything else. And on my face, I tried the Maybelline Fit Me Loose Powder. I've had this open for a while. Now, but I've never actually used it with the Fit Me foundation. I used it with a few others, and I will say it was nice. It did take a tiny bit of the coverage away, and it did darken my foundation, and I had to use quite a bit of powder to actually get my foundation to set. That is why I don't really use loose powders, because I just go through them so much, because they don't like to actually cling to my brush. Or they don't like spread around on my face. So that's why I don't tend to use loose powders. I have tried this under my eyes and I can't use it because it just makes everything so dark. That is the shade 10, I will say. If there is a shade lighter, please let me know, because I think it did give my face a beautiful, smooth, like velvet appearance. But you could see I'm touching my face like just to make sure it's all set, because my foundation does not want to set with loose powders. After this, I'm using my OXX Studio Brow Kit. As you can see, it's the colour medium, just to do my brows off camera. And then moving on to bronzer, I'm using the Rimmel Sun Shimmer bronzer, but it's the medium matte one. I've actually hit pan on that. I am so happy, because I don't think I've ever done that in my life. No, I've hit pan on the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil and my NARS Laguna, but I dropped my NARS one and it shattered. So that's why I don't really use it, because it's such a mess. I need to buy another one and then I will use it up. Just trying to get this to blend into my face. I have the hardest time getting bronzers to blend on my face no matter what I use. So I'm using the Real Techniques buffing brush, because that's what I've used for bronzer for years, because literally nothing else I've ever used has worked. after that I'm moving on to blush, and I didn't show the camera what blush I was using, but I want to say it's my Maybelline Fit Me blush, just looking at the colour. The pink rose one, looking at the colour and the finish, I want to say it was that, because to be honest I can't think of any other blush I have that looks like that on my skin. For highlighter I use Becca's Pearl. I haven't used this in so long by itself, so I decided to use it today because I've just been so obsessed with some of my others, and I think I love it. It's one of those go-to ones. It's basically pure white, but I just love how it looks on my face.
Oh, I couldn't kill him with it. I'm not going to bother.
Afterwards we moved on to my lower lash line, and I just grabbed one of my slightly smaller pencil brushes, and I'm really just deeply applying the darker blue shade, the Anastasia blue shade, on my waterline. Sorry, not my waterline, my lower lash line. I'm just applying it, and then I'm working right now, as you can see, to blend it out just a little bit. I wanted my lower lash line to be quite dark. I don't normally do that, but I wanted it to be just as dark, if not darker, than the rest of my makeup, because I just did. And you can see I do join it up with the blue that's on my upper lash line as well, so it's all joined together. I just used a little bit of the matte white shade on my inner corner because I realised I didn't have an inner corner shade. I'm still not quite there in doing a halo eye. This is probably the best one I've had. Like, it turned out okay. But this is probably not the best halo eye I've ever done in my life. I still need some practice at it because it's not a go-to style I wear. I then apply just a little bit of mascara to my upper lashes because I do put falsies on. But I, of course, just need to cover my lashes with some mascara so they're not all white and covered in powder. And of course, obviously, I put some on my lower lash line as well. I was going to put some black eyeliner on my waterline, but it wasn't until I actually stopped filming and put everything away that I realised I forgot to put eyeliner on my waterline. On my lips, because I like to let my mascara dry before I put my falsies on, I use the e.l.f. Natural coloured matte lip colour. I use it as a lip liner because I love these. They are so good. And over the top I just mixed it with a bit of my Lacura Minerals lipstick in Java. That's just an Aldi one that I bought, and I freaking love it. It goes with everything. The formula is fantastic. Smells like mint. It's hydrating. It's glossy. It's basically perfect in every way. And so there we go, that is the end of this video. I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know I did. Please check out the description box down below for the products that I used, their links and everything as usual. My social media is down below, and also for those of you who have noticed, my hair is not parted in the dead center. I noticed it while I was filming and it has been bugging me. Sorry, I noticed it while I was editing and it has been bugging me the entire time. I am so sorry, but I can't do anything about it because I know if I refilm this look, it is not going to turn out the same. It's going to turn out much, much worse. So I hope you guys really enjoyed it. I know this isn't the best look I've ever done, but I'm proud of it. It actually was a halo eye I didn't have to just wipe off. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.